Hey gang, Tony here. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Today is Sunday. I have a few things from the yard sales and flea market to show you, and actually I didn't do a video last week, which I kind of said might be happening, so I have 2 weeks worth of stuff to show you, kind of. I'm not going to show you everything from previous week. So I will start you off there. Hope everyone's doing well, by the way. Thanks for all of you who are like kind of sticking with the channel, even though I am obviously not doing it on a weekly basis. But I am going to kind of, like I've said before, I'm going to sort of slowly work my way back into it. So last week was okay. There was a couple of pretty cool finds. One of them was this, they call them different things, but I guess a lot of people call them like melted popcorn decorations. I have a bunch of these. You can actually see some of them, I think, right back. Oh, wait, where's my hand? Yeah, you can see them back here. There's a skull and some other pumpkins and stuff. This one's a little different because this part of the eye is sort of see-through, and my other ones do not look that way. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was $1. They had a bunch of Christmas ones, but I try not to buy things that I don't really collect, and I certainly don't want to start collecting all the holidays of these, because then, well, I'd probably drown in it all. I also, last week, got a huge score of Betamax tapes, which I don't really collect, because I don't have a Betamax player, but I could not leave it behind because they only wanted $3 for the whole box, and there were a ton of horror stuff in there. I actually just sold one lot. I think there was about 12 tapes in the lot, and the reason I sold it right away was because they were all moldy, and I don't really know how to clean those things, and I figured people might want them because they had, like, Reanimator was in there, Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th final chapter, couple of other, Christine, a couple other, like, Stephen King movies, among other things. Not, they weren't all horror, but there were enough good things in there that I was like, I'm sure someone will want it. So I sold that, and, you know, I threw it up on eBay. And then I had a couple of really pretty rare ones in there. This is probably the best of them, which is currently listed on eBay. I think it's going off actually in an hour or two here. Toxic Zombies, which is in the box. These are not moldy. So I'd say about a third of the tapes that were in the box I bought were moldy. This one was not. This was in pretty decent condition. So that one's up. I also listed this one, Blood Rage. It's in a clamshell. And I also listed the big box of Nightmare. I don't really know how much these things go for, to be honest. It's hard to find prices for this stuff, so I kind of put them up, and if they don't sell, I'll lower the price, and, you know, I kind of need the money, so I'm trying to get rid of the stuff I don't collect. I do have another, like, 20 Betamax tapes. I'm not going to show them all to you. A lot of them are just, like, old westerns. There are a couple of 80s movies, like Mask and Last Starfighter, things like that. A couple of Mets tapes. So I'll probably just throw that up as a lot, get rid of it. But it was a pretty cool score. I was happy with it. I was going to keep a bunch of them because the people called me and said that they had a Betamax player and more tapes. And then when I went there on Saturday, they weren't there, even though I scheduled the time. I was like, yeah, I'll be there exactly between 1 and 2, and they'll come on Saturday. I get there, no one's there. I call them, oh yeah, we're at a picnic. So, I don't like hang-ups. I'm probably not even going to bother trying to get that stuff, and I'm just going to sell what I have. So that was last week. That was 4 minutes of last week, I'm sorry. And then this week, of course, Memorial Weekend's always pretty huge for sales. We hit a lot of stuff. I didn't get a million things, but I found some cool items. This is just a hardcover book, Stephen King Revival. I don't have that one. They wanted $2, so I picked it up. I'm on a reading kick, as you guys know, and I'm a big reader to begin with, so throw that into the to-be-read pile and have a good time with that. And then I also picked up for $1 each. We got Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead double feature. That was $1. That's the original Dawn of the Dead on there. Unrated director's copy. So, you know, I don't have either of those. Figure what the hell for $1, can't really beat it. And then I also picked up the 2-disc special edition of Stephen King's The Shining. This is not the Kubrick film, this is the remake that King kind of spearheaded. You know, it was $1 and I mostly bought it, it's still sealed, but I mostly bought it because I just finished reading The Shining and then I watched the Kubrick film and I'm kind of interested to see this, and I also want to watch the documentary. So, you know, just kind of like capping off the Shining marathon I've been doing. And next up, this is kind of a little bit of an 80s item here. Really, it was probably early 90s, I think, when these came out. But I found this for $1. It is the Audio Action Adventures Dick Tracy. This is episode 1 of 2. And it has like the tape in there, the cassette tape, and is that a book? Yeah, there's a little book in there too. So it's a book and tape. I thought that was pretty neat. I actually have one of these from back when I was a kid because I used to collect some of the Dick Tracy action figures and things. I still have those too. I believe I have episode 2, so this completes my set. That was a nice find. And then I got some old magazine stuff. There is Alien, the Mystery of the Derelicts. This is a pretty cool poster thing for Alien. So it's two-sided, and then it actually opens up. It's a little torn, you know, but probably, oh my god! This is just as I'm going to say, I'm probably going to tear it even worse, but it's a poster of the ship there. So that was pretty cool. They had a lot of stuff, most of it was in even worse shape, so I took the best of what they had. We got Alien full color poster inside. This is issue number 2. I have one of these. It might actually be this one. I couldn't remember, but I picked it up anyway because I'm about to tell you how much all this costs, and it was not much. So I figured I just would kind of pick everything up. They have like articles inside, and then if you unfold the whole thing, again it's torn, but for the price, I couldn't really pass it up. Inside there's a poster. Looks like a landscape poster, this one. And I also got Galactica Famous Monsters number 150. Again, not in the best condition, you know, it's certainly not collectible worthy, but in a lot better shape than the other stuff they had there. There's some cool stuff going on inside. Whenever I see these old monster magazines, if it's cheap, I usually pick them up, even if it's poor condition, because at least I can look through them. And then from that same seller, I got this, which is one of the smaller motionettes, and it's not Telco. This one is Funny Toys, I believe. Yeah, Funny Toys Corp, 1988. It's got the witch inside. I have this, and you know, I have basically the same one in the box, but my box is pretty busted up. And I believe the one I already have is missing the broom that comes with it. So see, it's a battery operated one. She had the broom with her, and a better box than the one I have. So what I did was I picked it up because this witch and all of those magazines I just showed you was $3 total. So I figured I'd take a shot. Of course, unfortunately, this witch doesn't work. That happens a lot with these battery operated ones. I did some inspecting. It looks like the battery contacts are rusted and have, you know, missing pieces, so I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. Not a big deal. Still going to kind of swap out the best pieces for my own collection. Hope you like everything. That was all I found. Happy Memorial Weekend, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Breathe deep of the night. Bye.